everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and it's Saturday, so you know what that means. It's time for my weekly news roundup for week 21. Lots of excellent news centered around ARPGs, and as always, everything is time-stamped in the description below, so feel free to jump around and click on the articles. Everything is down there. Alright, let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Of course, we have to start off with the most exciting news. My current favorite ARPG and #1 recommendation, Last Epoch, is dropping one of their largest patches, 0.8.2, this coming Monday. I wish it was Monday already. And what to expect in this massive patch. Massive updates to Endgame and Monolith of Fate, new challenging boss encounters, completely refreshed UI, new skills, Volatile Zombie and Storm Crows, and much, much more. I already made a complete video, of course, breaking down all of this, and I will link it at the end of this video if you want to check it out. But ultimately, we're going to get the overhauled endgame system. It's now going to be webs of different islands, which is going to look really cool. See this right here? Kind of reminds people of the Synthesis League from POE, which was a fun league. Shades of Orbis, a new boss that has 30 different abilities that my Fire Necro is ready to fight. New world maps, look very clean. New inventory and crafting inventory menus. New skills. Volatile Zombie. You can move your stash tabs around. They're redoing minions. There's so much in this update. If you are looking for a new action RPG, I highly recommend this game. It is my #1 recommendation in my Nexus store, which is linked below if you wanted to check it out. Anyways, if you want to see the details on this video, check out my video at the end of this video. Moving over to the game that my friends still want me to play with them. Swords of Legends Online details PvP modes. Now, if you haven't seen this, they have released an 11-minute video on their PvP. And obviously I'm not going to play that, but again, this article is in the description below if you want to check it out. Now, the PvP systems that we are going to have for this, and if you haven't heard, there's going to be 10v10, 15v15, and 3 vs 3. And there's going to be Battlegrounds, Garden of Blades, and other PvP modes. I don't know why they don't put them all together, but Battlegrounds, Garden of Blades, and then the other PvP modes are Rampage, Dueling, and Changing Arena. And then there's going to be PvP equipment that you can only get through player versus player, and that will be better for player versus player. The last game I played that did this was Lineage. Lineage, you had your set of equipment for PvP, and you had your set of equipment of player versus environment. So that's the way they're going, and normally that means microtransactions, which I'm sure you will not be surprised about. But there is a little teaser trailer we have that's about a minute long for Swords and Legends PvP. Enjoy. Now let's talk Path of Exile. Grinding Gear Games did something that I love. It reminds me of my newest series, Dev Chat. Listen to this. Game Mechanics Q&A Answers. About a week ago, we asked for your questions about the mechanics to help the community understand some of the intricacies of Path of Exile. We've collected some of those questions and have answered them below. Now, when you talk about answering a question, okay, because obviously I do dev chats for Last Epoch. And normally it's a question and you get a couple sentences, sometimes a paragraph answer, but it's not normally super in-depth. One, you are getting a very detailed question, and look at the response you're getting from GGG. That's just on a singular question. Now, I'm not even going to go through any of these questions. Again, it's linked in the description below if you want to check it out, because I did read through most of it, and I can tell you I learned a lot. But look at this. Yep. I'm still going. Yep. Lots of questions have been answered. Look at this. I'm still scrolling down. We gotta be close. Come on. And boom, we're at the bottom. That is how many questions they answered from the community. And I was like, I wonder how many comments that they got. So far, and this was dropped on the 18th, 8 pages. 8 pages of comments. So obviously the community really liked this. I really like it. That's why I'm covering it on my weekly news roundup. Check it out. It's in the description. Anybody out there excited for the Ascent? There's been some news outlets that actually got to play through a demo for the game, and I covered that in a video earlier in the week, and like always, I will link that video at the end of this video. But the Ascent hands-on preview, Diablo with guns. Now let me first say, this game looks absolutely beautiful. I think from a visual perspective, from a skills and enemies and fighting and the bullets and everything, it looks really, really good. And yes, this is an action RPG. It's isometric. It has loot. It's got some customizable features on it. So yes, it is categorized as an action RPG. Now, the reason why I am not overly excited and hyped and can't wait to get my hands on this game, it's because it's a twin stick shooter. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use a keyboard and mouse. That doesn't mean that maybe it would work great with keyboard and mouse, but every single news outlet that covered the game used a gamepad. And talking with the developers, they say that that's how the game was designed, but of course you can use it for a keyboard and mouse. So the Ascent is basically, in my opinion, just my opinion, it's going to be for the couch. Or I guess laying on bed or playing with friends. But what's really cool about this game is it does have co-op split screen. So, you know, you got a significant other, you got a buddy, a roommate, a younger child that is older. You could play the Ascent on the same TV split screen, which I always find so much fun. I wish more games would do that. So as of right now, I haven't had a chance to play it. Maybe it's going to be amazing, but it's not going to be your Diablo style action RPG. Check out that video at the end of this video. All right, everybody, it's the time in the video where you got to take out your cellular device because you have to mark your calendar. Or I guess you're likely watching this video on your cellular device, so just minimize it and pull up your calendar. Blizzard, Amazon Game Studios headlines Summer Game Fest, which returns June 10th. Yes, June 10th, we are getting the Summer Games Fest, which is always a whole lot of fun, so you don't want to miss it. And of course, I'm going to be covering whatever is going on as long as it's exciting. Or unless it's really boring and terrible, because then I'll cover all the boring and fun, awful stuff, and we'll make fun of them. So that's always good. This is what they said. The first lineup details are here. Welcome to the Summer Game Fest 2021, beginning Thursday, June 10th with Kickoff Live, a spectacular live world premiere showcase including a performance by Weezer. Man, Weezer's still around? Streaming everywhere at 11 p.m., blah, 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 blah. Again, this link is in the description below if you want to see all this stuff. Enjoy the kickoff trailer for the Summer Game Fest.
These people came to see a show.
So you tell me, are you evil?
Yeah. Can we post? Is there a hashtag?
I'm gonna do what we should have done from the very start.
Off we go!
Are you ready for the roller coaster ride of your life?
I am a legend.
You have a deal.
Last time, I'm legendary. The world is mine. I am a legend. Last time, on top of the world. The world is mine. I am a legend.
Now would be a good time.
I am a legend. The world is mine. I am a legend. I am a legend.
We need to fight.
The world is mine.
We thank you for waiting.
Anybody out there still playing Magic Legends? Well, this week, Cryptic Studios dropped a massive May update, which included a new class, the Pyromancer, and a new act, Act 4, and a whole bunch of other goodies in there. I mean, it really is a pretty beefy patch. That does not mean that the game is now good, and I said in that video that I made earlier in the week that I plan on doing a full detailed review on where the game is at now. I just gotta wait until I get through 0.8.2 with Last Epoch on Monday. But I am going to make an updated review for Magic Legends. Maybe it's better, maybe it's the same old garbage. We will have to wait and find out. So again, I already made this video earlier in the week. I will link it at the end of this video, but there is a class overview trailer, which breaks down the different skills and shows how the class works. It's all about fire. Moving over to a feel-good story. I guess it's not really feel good. It's kind of a funny story. It's somebody making fun of microtransactions, which obviously I love. Ashes of Creation creative director apologizes for unprofessional commentary over New World payment model. Now, I covered this last week, and I talked about how there are a lot of red flags that have come out about New World because of how they plan on monetizing the game. People hate microtransactions and pay to win. I'm not even going to go into it. Listen to what he said. Steven, I really enjoyed how it was stated they would include quality of life items like level boosts and trade skill boost, but nothing that affects competitive aspects of the game. Why you do this, Amazon? I was flattered when they drew inspiration from some of my designs, but honestly, who the TF made this decision? I just want some new blood in the genre FFS. Oh, that's fire right there. But Steven's not wrong, okay? Why do you make the decision to do this? Amazon doesn't have enough money? Okay, I'm not going to go on my soapbox. So obviously he does this and it blows up. He's being mean and everybody's super sensitive. So now listen. Then Steven put out this. I agree my commentary was unprofessional, and I will endeavor to be more tempered in my response on issues I care about a lot. Sometimes it's difficult when, as a player, I was excited for their MMO and what it brought to the MMO space, which desperately needs new, successful products. I know we have taken our flack for our pre-order system, of which I have tried my best to engage and explain how packages work, and how our cosmetics offers are used in a variety or in variants to actually help build our world. I can read last paragraph. The MMO community is diverse and has many opinions on the aspects of monetizations, so of course we will each have our own opinions, and that's fine. But the best thing a company can do is be upfront, in caps, about their monetization intents from the start, and do their absolute best to stick what they've said, and if the changes are needed, explain why. I mean, that's really not an apology. It's more of an explanation as to why he said that. I mean, he put in here that he agrees that it was unprofessional, but nowhere in here do you see I'm sorry or I apologize. So this title right here is, I mean, I guess he kind of apologizes. I don't know. But ultimately that's what happened. And a lot of people can't wait for Ashes of Creation. So it looks like there's a little bit of bad blood there. Now I know there's people excited for this. Last and certainly not least, BioMutant will be available on GeForce Now on launch May 25th. BioMutant is right around the corner. Excited for the launch of BioMutant, but not quite sure if your PC can run it? Well, you just happen to be in luck because it was recently announced that BioMutant will be available on GeForce Now when the game launches May 25th. Here is the official post. We love that GeForce Now will help introduce even more players to the ever-evolving furry creature in its lush game world. Now players can discover everything we have in store for them, even if their PC isn't the latest and greatest. Now, if you haven't heard of BioMutant, this game is getting a whole lot of buzz, because honestly, it looks amazing. And I'm going to let my favorite trailer for this game take out this video. But before I do that, if you haven't joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're approaching 900 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is in the description. I hope you all enjoyed Weekly News Roundup 21 and enjoy this trailer for BioMutant.